miles west of Shetland, the Schiehallion and Loyal fields were originally developed in the late 1990s. That was a very successful project. Schiehallion FPSO had actually produced 350 million barrels of oil, but it had really kind of reached the end of its useful life and its ability to produce the sorts of fluids that were being produced partway through the production of the field.
The team were really struggling with an old FPSO, and everyone could see the potential in the resource base, and something needed to be done about it.
With over 2 billion barrels in place, there's still an enormous room to exploit further development. Quad 204 is a key part of our plan to double our production here in the UK and grow our worldwide production. So back in 2011, BP and its partners decided we'd do a redevelopment.
We needed to take the existing Schiehallion FPSO off station. Schiehallion production was suspended at the end of 2012, and through 2013 we had a programme of suspending the field, conditioning all the wells and making it safe, disconnecting all the risers, almost like peeling an orange and lying them on the seabed, and then disconnecting the moorings and taking the FPSO off. And it went to Rotterdam, where we did the final preparation before we handed it over to new ownership in the early part of 14. And that cleared the way for the brand new Glen Lyon FPSO.
For Glen Lyon, I guess the story probably starts in Leatherhead actually, where a lot of the front end design work was done, then on to detailed design in Singapore, and then moved quickly on to Korea where the FPSO was built.
The new FPSO is much larger. It's 270 metres long. It's got much more power, 3 or 4 times the previous vessel. It can produce and handle a lot more water. It's got a large turret, 10,000 tonnes, 28 slots. That provides us with capability to put new production facilities in, so Glen Lyon can act as a hub for future prospects.
We had operations actually involved with late engineering, package engineering, deeply immersed into packages of equipment that were being transported over to Korea, and to ensure that the quality of those were assured. What we also did is we deployed technicians into commissioning roles. So they were doing frontline commissioning activities, actually testing plant and equipment to make sure it worked as per the design.
We've spent a lot of time and effort building one integrated team, proud of our sites, proud of our project and proud of our safety performance. And the teams worked incredibly hard together to build this really positive speak up safety culture where safety is a precondition to our work and just the way that we do business.
The engineering team was there supporting the evolution of the design and also the implementation of it through the construction phase. That came to an end when the FPSO sailed away at the end of 2015, and as the FPSO's transited back from Korea, so has a lot of the team that's been supporting it, so that we can work very closely together as we start to hand over systems to operations.
It was a 110-day plus journey for the tow, and that was the first time my team had to really get their hands around the facility, and we had people living on a facility for the first time. So the basics of an accommodation, a galley having to work, lighting, HVAC systems, water systems, all had to work and had to be operated.
Towing this gigantic FPSO around the world through different storms and conditions, stopping at some very strange places and doing all of that safely. So that transition and change was very difficult to manage.
And through that period, we actually learned on that facility how to operate well, how to fix some problems, how to do maintenance well. And during all that phase, we had a team in Aberdeen supporting the facility remotely. So we were getting into that operational culture.
The team that worked on it through all the design phase is now very closely integrated to making sure we start up and then stay up.
To be able to sort of produce the field sort of as the field is today and produce that field then for the next 20 years, We've also developed almost kind of new infrastructure subsea throughout to match up with the capacity of the new FPSO and replace some of the aging infrastructure. We've tied into the existing wells which were already installed, and today we're partway through drilling further wells that we'll need to be able to produce the remaining reserves that are planned as part of the development.
The subsea system is the largest subsea production facility in the world. It's absolutely enormous.
Well, we've got 52 wells that we need to start up again. Multiple drill centres with multiple control distribution assemblies, all tied together with controls leads that all have to be tested and ready for starting up, which we've commissioned separately, bit by bit, in the order that we want to start up the fields. 52
wells were there when we suspended the field. We've got an infill programme that takes it beyond 70, and there's no other asset in the world with 70 wells.
It's a massive control system. It is huge. The biggest problem we have is that there's an existing brownfield system on the seabed that we have to interface with this new control system.
A bit like going from analogue to digital, really, with a control system.
We've got hydraulic controls, chemical injection lines, we've got electrical, power and comms. All of that goes through the control system to each tree, to the wells. We learnt about every anomaly that existed. We prepared to find them. We did early testing onshore before we went offshore of all the test equipment. We did a lot of preparation.
We had something like 7 manifolds, 14 control structures, 21 new risers, 3 new static umbilicals on the seabed, two dynamic risers, 15 flow lines, new flow lines, and then the mooring system and the new risers for the new FPSO. So that whole campaign added up to something like 3,000 construction and pipeline vessel days.
Subsea construction's behind us, new FPSOs connected, and we've just entered into production.
We've kicked off Schiehallion and Loyal fields production, and that's very exciting for us. We have a great future. We have a really good plan to 2020 and beyond. Quad 204, it's an exciting project and it has a long future in front of it.
We really are set up for continued success.
We've revitalised the whole field, and now we're going to give it another 25 years of life. I mean, that's a huge achievement for everyone.
It's been fun, it's been a challenge. There's still more. We can keep on going. West of Shetland's got a lot more to offer.
Full production, we'll be producing 130,000 barrels a day. It's just been a brilliant project to work on, and one we're really, really proud of.